It's almost time, everybody. It's almost time. Midterm elections are coming up. But because there's a liberal in office, we're not going to hear about any police officer killings. Isn't that weird? I know I say this every election cycle, but it's a fact. 2021, how many black people did we hear about getting shot by police? How many were on the news? How many? I'll wait. Nah, I guess that'll take the whole drive because there were none. Last year of Trump's term, we had quite a few actually. But even in this administration, with the old guy, the Pinocchio president, the only high-profile cases were Kyle Rittenhouse, the sentence or the actual trial, which still builds into their narrative because it happened under Trump. And then we had Smollett, which really had nothing to do with the topic, so I probably shouldn't even brought that up. But every election cycle, midterm or nationals, the left capitalizes on black pain, black suffering, black history, and dead black bodies. There's no other way to look at that. They don't talk about beatings. They talk about death. They're gonna put y'all back in chains, like our current president said. There's a fear attached to that. And if you don't really pay attention, it's in the back of your mind, oh yeah, I can't vote for them. That's not good. So they capitalize on young, dead black males to promote their politics, to promote the alphabet mafia, the LGB anti-nuclear family trans movement. That's what they're all about. That's the new thing now. They're trying to replace black people as the most important voting bloc. They're trying to replace us. Because eventually, as we get older, we all start leaning conservative. Not all. Well, most people do, in general. So you have a lot of black people who woke up last time. Trump got record black votes. The urgency kicked up. So what do? They go right back to the border, open it up. Hey, don't forget, we're the ones who, we let you in. Just start dropping them off in cities all across America. Interesting enough, they drop them off in red states because they're trying to sway those and turn them purple, if not blue. It's all fascinating if you really pay attention and you really watch it, because we see it. We see it happening, and we don't do anything about it. We just keep voting the way we were told to vote, voting the way we still get told to vote. They are racist. They're going to do this, and this. Meanwhile, Ice Cube meets with the Trump administration, and they immediately told them, hey, this is what we can implement into what we're already doing. Biden said, hey, come see us after we get your votes and we win, and then we'll talk about it. Never happened. They never called him back. Ask him. Tweet Ice Cube today and ask him if the Biden administration reached back out to him. Because he had a contract with Black America. For any politician who would listen, and Black America destroyed that man. They didn't take him down, but they tried to humiliate and embarrass him and call him every name they could. It's Ice Cube, Mr. F the police, and you're saying he's the sellout? because he's trying to get what he can for you. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need to do that. Ice Cube doesn't need to do that. He cares. So what does he get for caring? He gets called a coon. It's disgusting. We do this to our more well-off black people. As soon as they get an education, we make fun of them and insult them. As soon as we get a good job or career, we say that they think they're too good. Mind you, they're coming back to help us while we're doing this. This administration has done absolutely nothing for the black community. Absolutely nothing. The previous administration had done more for our people than any administration in the history of this country. But they were the ones who were racist. We have an old man who can't stay awake, and when he does stay awake, he's telling stories that don't make sense. He's out of it. He's completely out of it. He's being walked around like Weekend at Bernie's, like Pinocchio on strings. They're just dragging him around as a face of whatever. And the news is telling us that this is normal, that that's an adult. We have a vice president who can't answer a simple question. She starts rambling on, repeating the question back. We just let in a judge because of her skin color, who openly said that she gave minimum sentences to pedophiles because the ages weren't far, the gap in age wasn't far apart. They were peers. 18-year-old guys were having sex with or had the child pornography of 8-year-olds. That's a peer to her. And we jumped up and down celebrating. This is history. We made history. There was a traditional black woman who was up for the Supreme Court not too long ago. She didn't make history for some reason. The left, they hated her because she stood for what we stand for. But because she's conservative, she wasn't making history somehow. Isn't that weird? First black woman, yes. Yes, we got her. We could have had her 12 years ago? 15 years ago? I don't know exactly how long ago it was. Look it up. This wasn't the first black nominee. They sold you that. Emotion. They played on your emotion. But she gave light sentences to pedophiles. She couldn't define the word woman. Oh, that's a stupid question. Really? Because we have a movement right now that is trying to get rid of men. They're trying to get rid of women. They want everything to be fluid, whatever it is. So you had a woman who was terrified to say, what do you mean, what is a woman? I'm a woman. That woman, that word only matters when they're trying to hit a milestone. The color of our skin only matters when they're trying to hit a milestone. Or when they're trying to hurt us. They're doing to you black people. You black, fluid, non-specific people. Because gender you can just pick. So, they got their nominee in. They got them confirmed by a bunch of idiots who only see politics and skin color and everything that they do. I'm not saying people who are proud of the accomplishment are idiots. I just don't think they pay attention. And if they pay attention, I think they ignore a lot of convenient things. I'm talking about the politicians, the Mitt Romneys of the world. Just, he's in the reddest of red states. He knows this woman's soft on pedophilia, yet he's giving her a standing ovation just because of her skin color. That's the only reason why this is quote unquote historical. There's nothing historical about this. Historical for perversion. We've never had anybody like that who won't even admit that there are men and women. But you're going to interpret law that was made for men and women? Okay. I'm not a biologist. Judge, I'm not a biologist. That's her name to me. I don't know what her name is. I don't want to know what her name is. I'm not into this whole alphabet thing. I'm just not. I believe nuclear family is the way to go. I believe that's why our community is in the situation it is now, because we had single parent homes. We used to be able to call it single mother. Now we're just going to call it single, I'm not a biologist, homes. I don't know what we're going to call it. Because that's what they're trying to do. And they're all up. Everybody's happy. Everyone's happy. 2024, when Trump runs again, or DeSantis runs again, or DeSantis runs for president, just wait and see. I don't know why we have to wait, because we have the proof. But just watch how many dead black kids they use to get your vote. You should be disgusted by it, should be upset by it. They should be ashamed of it, but they're not, because that's what they do. Oh man, that kid Matito, he died. How old was he? 18. What was his skin color? Black. Ooh, perfect. We can get some votes. Oh, wait, whoa. What was the skin color of the person who killed him? Black. We gotta find another one. White. Oh, that's beautiful. We have a story. We can push this. Perfect. We just had a black mass shooter, another black mass murderer within the last, 6 months? We had a guy running through a parade. I think it was a Christmas parade not too long ago. Black nationalists. We just had one day before yesterday. Opened fire on a bunch of white people. Openly stated it's black nationalism. The story's already gone. Even when it was announced there was a shooter, but we don't know the motives. They knew exactly who he was. As soon as he was identified, they knew exactly who he was. They just couldn't find him. Even though he's walking around buying food, he had to call the police on himself. So if we have dead black people, whether that be babies or men, because let's not talk about abortion. We can't stay away from that one. 79% of abortion clinics are in black and Hispanic areas. Why is that? We got to help them. We have to help them kill their babies so they can live their lives. We're still stuck at 13% of the population, and a lot of that is because of the insane amount of babies that are killed in the name of poverty. Like, you don't want her to raise the kid. Look at the situation she's in. We don't want to adopt. Nobody wants to adopt those kids. Those little colored babies. Just kill them. Abstinence. Pfft. We can't teach that in schools. Get that out of here. The best thing to do is to promote fluidity from age 6, kindergarten. And then let them do what they're going to do, and then just have those ones kill their kids. Just kill them. We'll just say it's for health reasons. Really, we don't want them raising these kids. Scary topic. Tens of millions of babies killed every year, only in our community. Those numbers are insanely high in our community. It's so disproportionate. It's more disproportionate than the amount of of homicides. It's more disproportionate than the amount of people killed by police, black people killed by police. But can't talk about it. They say I'm not a woman, but what if I said right now, hey, I'm a woman? Now I can talk about it. Let's talk about Planned Parenthood. Let's talk about Margaret Sanger and her plan to stunt the black community through abortion. Nah, we can't talk about that. Oh, wait. No, I can't. I can't talk about that. I am a woman. Until the end of this video, I'm a woman. So just keep a mental note. We remember all the people. We say his name, say her name. We remember all of that when Trump was in office. Not one in 2021, the first year of Joe Biden's presidency. Not one black person needed their name to be said. Not one. Is that weird? I would even venture to say evil. There wasn't one black person that we had to say their name with Joe Biden in office. Not one. Same amount died. That number's consistent. Between 1,000 and 1,100 black men die, or black people die, but it's almost all men, at the hands of police officers. Justified or not, that's the number. Not one needed to be remembered because Joe Biden was in office. No conclusions to jump to, none of that. Not one.